Even after this poem was written, I made bad choices, some minor and some life-changing, but through it all, God has been faithful in guiding me when I ask. I am learning more and more to ask instead of just listening to my own voice, which is so familiar to me. The title of this next poem is The Right Voice. There once was an incident when David the king was showing kindness that was repaid with a sting. His men were shamefully mistreated before they could even say in what manner they greeted. This was all because a former king's son did not have a relationship with the righteous one. He was told by his men that David doesn't come in peace, but instead wants to make you like your father, deceased. The truth is, David was coming just to be kind. Remembering what the son's father did for him was on his mind. How he allowed David to dwell in peace with him when Saul continually sought David's life and his situation was grim. David's kindness was rejected because someone assumed that their lives were in jeopardy and that they were all doomed. But if they had a relationship with God, they would have known to first look, for the men didn't come with a rod. The people with the king's son convinced him to do wrong, and he was convinced because he refused to wait long enough to see with his eyes or listen to David's men, and this end result led to a bigger sin. He started a war with David, which was not a good thing, for everyone knew that David was an anointed king. He did not only have favor with the people he ruled, he was also loved by God, and from him could not be pulled. The end result of the king's son was death. He and his followers soon took their final breath. If they had a relationship with God, this would be a different story. They would live longer, and God would still get the glory. Sometimes in life, you and I are like the king's son, making bad choices because we listened to the wrong one. If we don't develop a true relationship with Christ the King, our end result will be the same, and death's song we will sing. A relationship takes dedication of one's heart and time, which is worth a lot more than a dollar or dime. So if we want to make the right choice, we need to develop and strengthen the bond to hear the right voice.